Àgídìgbo 88.7 FM Ohùn Aráàlú.
There's a lot to digest and a lot of voices to be heard. Stick to the frequency that amplifies these voices, stories and reports that make the difference. This is Agidigbo News, 88.7 FM.
This is Kunle Amzat Studio. Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening, welcome to the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Bowale Akinbode. First, the headlines. Shatima returns to Abuja after showcasing Nigeria's climate leadership at COP30. Ibadan students feel the heat of managing exam anxiety and pressure. United Kingdom looking at Denmark model to cut illegal migration. More than 1,100 flights cancelled today amidst nationwide air travel disruption. NPFL Ama falls on Katsina United. Now the details. Vice President Kashim Shettima has returned to Abuja today after leading Nigeria's delegation to the 30th United Nations Climate Change Conference in Belém, Brazil, where the country reaffirmed its frontline position in global climate action and its commitment to a green transition. The return of Vice President Shettima was announced by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications, Office of the Vice President Stanley Nkwocha. Shettima joined world leaders, development partners and top industry executives at the Leaders Climate Summit hosted by Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. In his address, the Vice President urged the international community to recognize the economic value of nature and adopt predictable, equitable and accessible funding mechanisms to protect and restore ecosystems. The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs (NSCIA) has today condemned the United States government's decision under President Donald Trump to label Nigeria a country of particular concern over alleged persecution of Christians. The agency said the issue is not religious, adding that terrorists are killing Christians and Muslims. The Secretary General of the agency, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, while briefing journalists in Abuja on Trump's statement, said United States should help governments fight insecurity and not invade Nigeria, describing the move as unjust, biased and based on a one-sided narrative. Professor Oloyede argued that Nigeria's insecurity stems from ethnic, political and economic issues, not religion, arguing Muslims and Christians have suffered from violence. Examination tension is one of the challenges students encounter during examination periods. Many students experience tension due to personal or external pressure, especially by their parents. This leads to underperformance of the students. Agidigbo FM News correspondent Ifejisu Aderibigbe reports.
From primary to secondary and tertiary schools, examination periods are often characterized by tension, phobia, and pressure. During external and internal examinations like WAEC, NECO, and UTME, and also school exams, most students panic at the thought of examinations. Some even break down due to the stress that comes with preparing and sitting for examinations. This tension is sometimes caused due to the constant pressure to succeed mounted on the students by the parents and the school standards. Although, despite the pressure, some students still excel through adequate preparation, while others experience tension due to lack of preparation on their part. Speaking with Agidigbo FM, a student, Oladele Robia, shares her perspective towards the effects of examination tension on students.
The lecturers tend to expect more from their students, so the students are also afraid because they do not know what the lecturer wants or the expectation of the lecturer. So I'll say it's more of tension than lack of preparation.
Another student, Ayomide Adepoju, explained the effects of examination tension based on her personal experience and the effect it has on students.
It's really affected me because it's just make me forget everything on my head and that, but I just try to calm myself down, take a deep breath and just relax for about a minute.
In a separate interview with a student, Oluwatumse Marvelous, she gave a contrary perspective on the effects of examination tension and its negative effects on students.
Major, no, lack of preparation is a major. Then probably exam tension will be minor because I might be able to work under tension during the exam.
Students at all levels should ensure that they are fully prepared for their exams so as to overcome examination tension. Also, parents should avoid mounting pressure on their children. Instead, they motivate their children to succeed. Ifejesu Aderibigbe, Agidigbo FM News.
The pastor of Celestial Church of Emmanuel Parish 2 at Digbaye Alakia Ibadan, Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist Oladipoji, has given a sermon on open heavens and the life of believers. While delivering the sermon today at Parish 2 at Digbaye Alakia Ibadan, Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist explained the importance of being under open heavens.
Well, the theme is themed open harvest, when your heavens is open, you begin to experience supernatural and spiritual and financial blessings. Once your heaven is open, divine favor becomes yours. Things will begin to work for you.
Church members also explained the importance of being under open heavens. Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist Oladipoju further urged Christians to embrace divine access, blessings and revelation from God. And now it's time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Agidigbo FM United Kingdom. I am Folashade Familusi. United Kingdom looking at Denmark model to cut illegal migration. Last month, Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood dispatched officials to the Nordic nation to study its border control and asylum policies, which are considered some of the toughest in Europe. In particular, officials are understood to be looking at Denmark's tighter rules, restricting most refugees to a temporary stay in the country. Ms. Mahmood will announce a major shake-up of the United Kingdom's immigration system later this month. A deadly tornado tore through a state in southern Brazil, killing 6 people and injuring at least 750. Paraná Governor Ratino Jr. described the tornado as an unprecedented catastrophe in the history of the state. He further stated the tornado affected approximately 90% of the residents and commercial buildings in the municipality. Authorities are urging the public to avoid open areas and to be alert to structures, trees, and power lines due to the risk of falls and accidents. That's in the news from Agidigbo FM United Kingdom. I am Folashade Familusi.
Welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat studio at Agidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya. Nationwide flight disruption stretched into Sunday following cancellations or delays to thousands of flights on Saturday as the Federal Aviation Administration limited capacity at 40 major U.S. airports amid the longest government shutdown in American history. As of 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, more than 1,100 flights were cancelled across the country, according to the Flight Aware website, as the FAA grappled with sustained staffing issues in the air traffic control towers and centers. Saturday saw 1,521 flights cancelled nationwide and more than 6,400 flights delayed. Major disruption was expected to continue through Sunday. As of Saturday night, there were over 40 air traffic control staffing triggers at facilities across the country. The FAA decided not to cut any international flights as it would be a violation of international agreements with the countries. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said in an interview with reporters. Millions of Ukrainians are enduring cold temperature and darkness after a wave of Russian attacks against energy facilities caused widespread power outages across the country. Ukrainian authorities have warned that the larger scale of the damage means it will take time to restore energy flows. Electricity supplies across the country are being rationed, with people in the capital, Kyiv, set to be without power for 10 to 12 hours on Sunday, according to the schedules published by energy companies. Ukraine's energy minister, Svetlana Grinchuk, said the attack is one of the largest direct ballistic attacks on energy facilities since the start of the war. The attack over the weekend came just as temperatures in Ukraine began to drop to single-digit degrees Celsius. Russia has targeted Ukraine's energy infrastructure on numerous occasions since it launched its full-scale invasion in 2022, usually stepping up attacks around this time of the year. That ends the news from Kule Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya.
Welcome back once again, now in the exciting world of sport. Katsina United have been charged for breaching the framework and rules of MPFL in the course of their matchday 12 fixtures versus Barao FC on Saturday. The club failed to provide adequate and effective security, resulting in unauthorized persons gaining access to restricted areas, and also failed to ensure proper conduct of their supporters, leading to the harassment of Barao FC players and match officials. Supporters of Katsina United also threw objects onto the pitch, resulting in the injuries of Barao FC players, and displayed conduct capable of bringing the game into disrepute. Katsina United will play all their subsequent home matches at the stadium in Jos and behind closed doors, as the club have been fined 1 million naira each for throwing objects towards the pitch, failing to ensure proper conduct of their supporters and bringing the game into disrepute, totaling 3 million naira. The club will further pay 2 million naira each as compensation for treatment of injuries and damages to the away team's bosses for holding the match officials and away team hostage for hours after the match, totaling 4 million naira, and they have 48 hours within the date of the notice to appeal the sanctions. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Shatima returns to Abuja after showcasing Nigeria's climate leadership at COP30. Ibadan students feel the heat of managing exam anxiety and pressure. United Kingdom looking at Denmark model to cut illegal migration. More than 1,100 flights cancelled today amidst nationwide air travel disruption. MPFL armor falls on Katsina United.
Don't forget that you can listen to us live on our website www.agidigbo887fm.com. You can also download our mobile app on Google Play Store and iOS. Simply search for Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Follow us on Facebook at Agidigbo 88.7 FM, on Twitter and Instagram at Agidigbo 887 FM, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have news stories and tips for us, contact our newsroom on 070-8714-4865 or send us a mail on newsroom@agidigbo887fm.com.
And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. Rice is the sweet sauce of labor. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Bowale Akimbode. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, We bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million out-of-school children.
We give you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
The Southwest in Nigeria and the rest of the world.
Has clarified that the body did not receive any cash support from international development.
Trust us to keep you informed every hour, every day.
Agidigbo 88.7 FM, the people's voice.